Welcome back, everyone. I'm Eric from Rare Candy, and today we are back on PTCGO now that Battle Styles is finally up and running in the game. But today we're going to be messing with, I think, what is debatably my most anticipated new single prize deck. That's going to be the new Salazzle. New card coming out of the set that is based around doing lots of damage with status conditions. And status conditions really haven't been good in a long time in the Pokemon trading card game. I think the last time a deck that functioned kind of like this was genuinely good was like a decade and a half ago when Flariados was a thing. But yeah, these sorts of cards have really been struggling in recent memory, but I think Salazzle actually is one of the better ones we've had, over the years more recently. So that's what we are going to be experimenting with today. But of course, before we get any deeper into today's video, if you guys can remember, smack that like button, help us beat that YouTube algorithm. And if you need any cards to complete this deck or any others, you can check out our friends at PTCGOstore.com. Use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to save your money. And also our patrons at patreon.com/RareCandyTCG also have an exclusive discount code of their own. But hopping back into the actual deck, let's take a look at this thing. So up first, we do have Salazzle. This is going to be our main attacker of the deck, and it has the derisive roasting attack. 90 for each special condition affecting your opponent's active. So not too bad. If we have two status conditions, we're hitting 180. That, two shots everything in the format, and one shot Zacian V, so that's pretty good. But if we have three special conditions, we're hitting 270, and that's not factoring in damage from some of the special conditions that we have. So once you inflict 3, which we are able to do with this deck, suddenly Salazzle is hitting for really good numbers for only a single twin or triple acceleration energy. So of course this is our main attacker, but we need some ways to add inflicting our status conditions. So we have a 4/3 Weepinbell line. So Weepinbell has the dangerous mucus ability. Whenever we evolve into it, your opponent's active is burned and poisoned. Two really good special conditions to inflict because they also inflict damage when your opponent takes them. So that's good. So if we just evolve into Weepinbell, that's going to be what? 180 plus 20 for burn, so 210 after the poison as well. Just for a single twin energy, that's pretty solid. So we're only playing the 3 Weepinbell, but we do have the 4 scoop up nets in the deck to keep reusing this over and over. Because ideally we want to evolve, scoop up net to pick up the evolution line, and re-bench Bellsprout and threaten to evolve into Weepinbell again on the following turn. So we have that. And the other way we can inflict status conditions is going to be with 3 copies of Yell Horn. This is going to confuse both active Pokemon, and this is going to allow us to get that extra status condition in on our opponent. We're only playing the 3 count just because I think if you're going against like a tag team deck, you really only need to use this like twice maybe. So in theory, you're probably ever just going to need 2. So that's why we're playing the 3rd one. I wouldn't mind a 4th one just to draw into it a little bit easier. So if there is some stuff you want to cut from this list, you could inch this up to a 4th Yell Horn. But the 3 count does seem kind of decent right now. So looking at the rest of our Pokemon line, though, we have a bunch of support Pokemon. Of course, we have Mew to prevent things like Gmax Rapid Flow from sniping our bench. And we have a bunch of different ways at drawing cards. We have the 1 Dedenne, 1 Crobat V, so those are pretty standard inclusions. However, we do have an Oricorio GX for the Dance of Tribute ability. So if something was knocked out in our opponent's last turn, we can draw 3 cards. And the reason I like Oricorio is because we are a deck that is very susceptible to things like Reset Stamp and Marnie. Because basically every turn we need a Salazzle, a Weepinbell, and another energy to attack. And we are very combo oriented. And if we get our hand reset in the late game, Oricorio is just a nice way at sort of reset stamp proofing ourselves a little bit here. So yeah, Oricorio, solid card. We also have a copy of Jirachi in the deck as well for the Dreamy Revelation ability. If this is our active, we can look at the top 2 cards of our deck, pick one, and put the other back on top of our deck. So I will say one issue with this deck though is bench space. That is one thing I've definitely encountered here. So you're actually not even going to use all of these different draw options. It's almost just kind of like a toolbox of draw options. I think at most you'll probably use 2 of these throughout the course of a game. So we have, basically 2 different ways we can just dump our hand and keep drawing if we miss a combo piece. Then we have these more, consistent methods of draw that'll last us throughout the course of the game. So you'll just have to pick and choose which ones you might need based on, the state of the game that it's in. But yeah, going on to our trainer cards as well, we have 4 copies of the new Level Ball Sit card for this deck. We search our deck for a Pokemon 90 HP or less put into our hand, which is great because we can grab Salandit, Salazzle, Weepinbell, Bellsprout, Jirachi, and Mew. So basically everything other than our multi-prizers. But we actually are, pretty reliant on filling our bench very early. So we do still have 4 copies of Quick Ball with the deck as well, and 2 copies of Pokemon Communication from there. Looking at the rest of our cards, we also have 2 copies of Bruno, which is a card I've really come to like in this deck a lot. I originally had no copies and have gradually inched it up to 2, and that seems like a nice sweet spot for the deck. So if one of our Pokemon was knocked out on our opponent's last turn, we shuffle our hand into our deck and draw 7, which is really nice because we are, by and large, a single prize deck. We have plenty of turns throughout the course of the game to be able to make use of this draw 7. So yeah, Bruno, really been liking this. A couple of the other cards in the deck, very straightforward, Research, Boss, etc. But yeah, those are pretty much all the important cards. Let's hop to some games and see how Salazzle is going to do though. All right, so let's see what we can make happen here. We're doing the coin flip, that's good. Playing it's Alanmar. I don't know if that's like a play on Malamar or not, but that'd be kind of cool. This hand, not too good. We might have to Dede change. Because we need a Bellsprout in addition to our Salandit. So we did prize a Weepinbell. We do have 2 Ornate Rods, so I don't mind getting rid of this Weepinbell if we have to. Alright, so that kind of worked out for us. Then from there, I'm kind of cool with just chilling with this hand, to be honest, guys. Yeah, so I'll just pass. We have Mew, so they can't snipe anything on the bench. They would need some sort of boss's orders play if they wanted to make that happen. So let's see what's gonna happen here. They're gonna quick ball. We have Birdkeeper going for a Jirachi. So curious what this is. They're playing Birdkeeper, Jirachi, Oricorio. This is like a CraCephalon deck, maybe? No, they wouldn't be playing Birdkeeper. Oh, okay. Looks like we have a mirror match of sorts. So I think it's going to come down to who gets the first KO. And I think more than likely we're going to be favored here. Because we can... Okay. We actually don't even need to inflict a status condition. We can just scoop up net. Like, they're already putting themselves asleep for us. So scoop up net over here. We'll just quick ball away the Mew. Go for another Salandit. Do we go for the Research? That's the next question. We have the Salazzle already, so there's a world where maybe we save this hand. I kind of like that. So I think for that reason, we're just going to go for the Derisive Roasting here. So let's see. To get a Quick Ball, that's also a good card to get. Now, even if they knock out our Bellsprout, we have the Yell Horn, so that's why I'm not like too worried about this position. There's a Level Ball, probably just going to grab a Salandit, or I was going to say a Weepinbell even, but maybe they already have the Weepinbell, hard to say. Yeah, so they do have that, makes sense. And then there's the Research. And some Tribute, another Bellsprout coming down. Okay, we're cool with all this. Okay, that works for me. So we just need energy and we're going to be good to go on this next turn. Do we get down another 2 prizer? That's the next question. Okay, Ornate Rod, that is definitely a good one to get. So we will do this. Actually, might not even go for the Weepinbell. Might just keep trying to chain our Salazzles here. Because we have the Yell Horns. Yeah, so let's go for the Yell Horn. We are going to have to waste this Quick Ball, which feels kind of bad, but is what it is. And we'll just go for the Research. Ooh. So we lose. That's what it feels like, at least. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Now we could go into a Jirachi. which I can kind of live with if we have to. Let's see. Actually, probably should have grabbed a Salandit. Boss, that's fine. Don't really care about that. And from there, get down a Bellsprout and pass it over to our opponent. At least they are confused. That's like the one good thing we have going for us. If they knock out Jirachi, no big deal. But yeah, whiffing that KO feels really bad there, guys. They are down a triple. We're down 1 energy as well, but there's going to be the Yell Horn. There's going to be a Marty. I'm actually cool with that. Really did not like our hand at all there. Okay, so we can work with this. We have a researcher ready to go. We can calm for another Salandit, or probably a Weepinbell now since they are switching. Okay, so we are both whiffing energy, it looks like. That's fine. So before we do anything else, we will just go for the Dreamy Revelation. Quick ball, okay, I like that. So we will just, there is a world where maybe we try to like chase down Oricorio. But I think we're just gonna knock this guy out. Because like we could play down our hand a lot and just try to hit an energy off of this Crobat, which I don't hate, but I mean, honestly, that might not be bad because they're playing actual switching cards too. We're not. Because there is a world where even if we whiff, we could trap this, but I'm actually going to get greedy and do it. You know what, guys? Let's go for it. I don't know how good of an idea that is, but we're going to try our best here. So let's do this. Go for the Weepinbell. We're going to quick ball, get rid of the research. The greed is real this turn. Go for the boss, Weepinbell. All right, so big 6 cards here. Come on, Crobat. That's what I'm talking about. So we did get there. That's good. All right, so from there, just attach, go for the Derisive Roasting. Now we are in a spot where we only have 1 Bellsprout, so they could knock this out potentially. And we would not have a way to inflict status conditions unless we get a Yell Horn. But yeah, right now we're looking pretty good, especially if they just deal with the active. We have another Weepinbell. So we get the victory screen, so that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, knocking out Oricorio was really big there. Absolutely. So hey, gonna take down the mirror match. Won't say no. All right. Let's see. Our opponent's gonna call the coin flip for us. Let's see what they're gonna get. So we do this the flip. Kind of a bummer, but I mean, but they're gonna make us go first. Okay, we will take, hey, starting Jirachi is always good. This is a card that's kind of awkward to start sometimes because we just have the 1 count. But hey, when this happens, you never feel bad about it. And a couple level balls, Salandit, Bellsprout. Yeah, really good hand right now that we have. We just need to make sure we can find a draw supporter for the next turn. Okay, well, Cephalon, I think we can work with that. Yeah, so we'll just do this. We'll definitely get down Mew as well. So we're going to go for the Dreamy Revelation, and then if we don't like what we get, we can, well, we should probably level ball first. Yeah, I'm actually just going to level ball for the Salazzle. And then, so we can Dreamy Revelation. If we don't like our top deck, we can play another level ball. If we do like it, we can leave it. But at least right now, our hand is set up to be able to be pretty good on this next turn. Okay, I mean, Yell Horn's not bad. I don't think we need that, though, so I'm actually just going to grab the Air Balloon. I'm really not worried about, whatchamacallit, like, needing the extra damage from that, so we don't want that. I don't even really want to get this down, because they definitely could get a KO on Jirachi as well. Do we want the Yell Horn? I'm going to say no, actually. Yeah, we actually don't, because if they knock out our Jirachi, our hand, I mean, it's set up to be really good for this next turn, but until then, we're in kind of a bad spot, I have to say, guys. So I think we're actually just going to go for a Bellsprout here. And I think we actually have to save this Jirachi. Yeah, I think we're actually going to get down the Bellsprout. And what are we going to concede to get knocked out? Like, we have to keep the Mew, I think. Or do we? Because if they Blazer, they can knock out anything other than the Salandit, so... I'm just kind of afraid of a Cramorant later in the game. Maybe this is the best thing to sacrifice, though. We can always Ordinary Rod from you back, so... Just gonna pass our opponent. So right now, like, our hand is set up to be okay on the next turn. We just really want a draw support. Like, we could rip a Research off of off of the Streamy Revelation, that'd be sick. Okay, there's the Energy Spinner from our opponent. Makes sense. Okay, we are going to see a Reshizard. So Yell Horn actually could be good here. We do want to probably save those for Reshizard when the time comes. Okay, there's going to be a Welder. So I'm assuming something's going to get knocked out this turn. They just need a switching card with their Jirachi. So if we do get knocked out, yeah. I was going to say, feels bad, but... Hey, this actually at least allows us to draw more cards with our Jirachi next turn. Okay, but they're going to go for multiple Jirachis. I'm curious what they're actually looking for. They have the Welder. Like, yeah, they got their Welder already. They just need to attack. Okay, but there's the switch. So, yeah, they were looking for something else there, it seems. Yeah, they're really digging hard here. I'm very curious for what. Maybe they're trying to set their hand up for next turn. And another switch. So, man, they are really playing aggressively with these Jirachis. So, 2 switch and a scoop up net down. There's going to be the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo. Maybe they were looking for a giant Hearth to go with this Welder for next turn. I'm not sure. All right, so can we rip a Research here? Not a Research. Streamy Revelation. Ugh. Unfortunately, we have to go for the level ball, right? Ah, man, this is rough. This was looking like we were going to have a sick game, but the longer this is going, the less optimistic I am. Yeah, so we're actually just going to retreat, sacrifice the Bellsprout. We could evolve into the Weepinbell, but I don't want to until we're actually ready to attack. Yeah, this has been... What looked to be such a promising game is quickly dwindling. I think this next turn we really have to have something big. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bad spot. There's going to be a Welder. Probably just going to power up this CraCephalon. And yeah, they don't even need to attach to Flare Strike. They can just Outrage for the knockout. There's going to be a Pokegear. Okay, they do fail. That's good. That means they're not going to get a boss. They could already have one in hand. Hard to say, but yeah, we just really need to make something happen this turn. We need this knockout. Come on, Dreamy Revelation. Okay, and we do get Marnie. We could even go for a Quick Ball, but Marnie's probably better here. We can still... Oh, actually, yeah, we'll still draw into the Quick Ball, too. Yeah, so we'll do this. We need a Yell Horn this turn. That's the big thing. Yell Horn and an attachment. So, yes, we will leave this guy. Burn Poison. And, yeah, from there, just go for the Marnie. And... Okay. So we have the TCE. That's good. We'll definitely get this down no matter what. I think I actually just want to dump this hand completely. So sure, we'll just toss away the research. I'm fine with that. Oh. Ooh, that's bad. Okay. Well, we did prize a Yell Horn as well, which feels bad, but... Alright, let's go for the Crobat. And we did whiff, man. That's an unfortunate whiff, I do have to say. Well, I guess we're gonna have to go for the 2-shot. At least our hand isn't dead anymore. Yeah, so let's go for the Derisive Roasting. If they have a boss on this Bellsprout, that feels bad. So Scoop Up Net also would have been a good card to hit, but our opponent's hitting us with the you have a good deck. It's a better deck when you can find your Yell Horn. So turns like this is actually kind of where you wish there was a 4th Yell Horn in the deck. But is what is. Now, if they remain burned and poisoned, we can actually maybe get a knockout with Bellsprout, as odd as that is. But yeah, not big fan of the Spot Brand. Okay, so they're just going to hard retreat. That's good. Hopefully they don't have like a boss on Crobat. Okay, so they're just going to attach Fire Crystal. So they need, what, 2 Fire Energy to discard a Fireball Circus. So if we can actually just knock this guy out, that does feel kind of nice. That means they are going to be forced to Welder on the next turn, and they won't be able to boss. Okay, just going to go for the Fireball Circus. So I'm actually kind of regretting not having the... or like tossing away that research whenever we're trying to go for Dedenne. Otherwise, if we didn't have Dedenne, I would have just kept that research. Okay, but that works. So we'll just evolve into Weepinbell. So we definitely need Scoop Up Net this turn, absolutely though. So we could have even knocked out this Reshizard, but the issue is this would still leave them with an attacker. If we knock this out, they don't have an attacker. They might have to Welder to this Reshizard and power it up, and we really just don't want that to be an option for them. So we're just going to go ahead and Ordinary Rod here. So I'm not too worried about the Mew since we don't have Dedenne in place. So I think we'll just do the 1/1 Salazzle line. That's fine. So it's Quick Ball. Not sure if we have any other basics to discard. We could even toss away Oricorio just to thin the deck a little bit. I'm going to say sure. And just go for the research. Okay, so that worked out fine. We have a Twin Energy ready to go. So normally I would use triple, but I think there is a world where we might not get return KO'd, so I'm going to use the triple in this instance. So Dream Eat, Revelation. Hey, we do get a... Ooh, we do not have a Scoop Up Net. That is something that is an issue for us, though. So next turn I might even... If they don't return KO us, I might actually have to Air Balloon back into Jirachi and try to hit... Well, I guess we're going to draw either of these either way on this next turn, so... Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay, and just go for the Derisive Roasting here. So what do we get? We just have a Marnie. Well, at least we do have some different draw options for this next turn. But yeah, missing the Scoop Up Net, absolutely huge here. There's going to be a Giant Hearth. Now, we don't have a Counter Stadium in our deck. That is one thing that is an issue. I think maybe like a 1 of Chaotic Swell could be good for these types of situations too. There's going to be 2 Fire Energy. But now I think our opponent's just too far ahead, to be honest, guys. Like, we needed to be able to take a knockout this turn as well. Or on this next turn. But whiffing the Scoop Up Net means we're probably going to be behind. I think we could maybe get lucky with like a Yell Horn or something like that. That's one of the only things that could really sort of turn the tides in our favor a little bit. Yeah, we've not played a single Scoop Up Net either. There's going to be Ornate Rod, so I imagine we are going to see a Blacephalon go back in deck. And some energy too, that would make sense. Oh, but do they have... Okay, if they actually have to attack with Reshizar, we can still get this KO regardless, because I forgot the Yell Horn will actually be enough to knock out this guy. So best case scenario, they actually just Welder here and attack. So there's going to be the boss. Okay, so going for like a defensive boss play. That's perfect. I mean, that's amazing. We can definitely live with that. Absolutely. Okay, another Ornate Rod coming down. Oh, no, that was their first one. They just didn't play it. I think they were waiting to use it till after Stellar Wish. They probably were looking for Quick Ball, if I had to guess. Yeah, there's going to be the Quick Ball. Now they're going to go for it. Oh, I guess they already had it. So I guess maybe they were looking for Welder then, if that's the case. But there's going to be the Energy X. But no, they couldn't Welder because they used Boss. I don't know. Yeah, I think we just Air Balloon, Yell Horn, call it a day from there. If there's going to be Oricorio, Dance of Tribute. Not too worried about that. And they have used a boss. That's good news for us. I imagine they're probably not playing more than like 2 max. So the Crobat is, I think, the big potential liability for us. But if we can just deny them knocking this out, I think there is a world where we win here. Okay, so that is fine by me. We will just go for the Air Balloon here. Yeah, we'll just go for the Yell Horn. And I think we'll go for the triple, actually, and take a KO with this Salazzle, because more than likely this guy's going to go down, and this way this leaves us an attacker still ready to go on the next turn. We actually do need this. We do need this Yell Horn on the next turn, but we need a Scoop Up Net too. Right? Or, I mean, is there a world where we even just leave this hand? We do this no matter what. Absolutely. Question is, do we just save this hand to guarantee the KO with Yell Horn? I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie. But if they knock us out with a Blacephalon, that's where things get dicey next turn. So I think actually we are going to go for the Marnie and try to hit a Yell Horn. Or I'm sorry, a Scoop Up Net here. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay, awesome. We get 2 Scoop Up Nets, even better. So that's pretty much exactly what we want to see there. So we'll Scoop Up Net. Pick this guy up. Scoop Up Net again. So now we are guaranteed a Weepinbell next turn. They can't really do much to deny us at that. So yeah, we'll just go for the Level Ball here. Get a Salandit out of deck. That will also rearrange the order of our deck because we did put that Yell Horn towards the bottom in case we do need that for some reason as well. Yeah, so we're just going to retreat here. Go for the derisive roasting. Okay, there's going to be another Yell Horn just in case we do need that. But yeah, right now our next turn looks like pretty okay. Okay, they are going to thin the deck a little bit with Giant Hearth. There is also a world where they could just like attach Boss Crobat. That would be a knockout on that as well. Because they haven't Stellar Wished or used Mewtwo. But they're down 2... Oh yeah, only 2 switch, 1 Scoop Up Net. So there is actually a world where Crobat goes down this turn. If they go for the KO this turn, we're definitely in a bad spot. I mean, even next turn, their hand is massive, and we don't have a Marnie. We have 1 left in deck. I don't know if we can even hit it. That's another issue we have. Yeah, if they can take this out, that's going to be KO, I think. Or, I'm sorry, that's going to be game, I think. Okay, there's the quick ball. Imagine we will see a Blacephalon come down. How many welders have they gone through? Oh my god, just one. Yeah, there's no way they don't have a welder for this turn. Yeah, right now I think our opponent is probably a little bit favored just because of how few resources they've actually used at this point. And we still need 2 KOs, right? Well, they need 2 KOs as well, but they're going to be 1 turn ahead of us. So I think, yeah, I think right now they are going to be a little bit favored. If both of us just draw kind of averagely, I think they're going to come out ahead of us. Okay, there's the Blacephalon. Makes sense. Okay, there's a switch as well. Like, if they have Fire Crystal and just go scoop up net Mewtwo, put boss on top of deck, I mean, that's checkmate at this point. Okay, but they don't have that. That's good news for us. That means there is a world where maybe we stay in this game. I think we're going to be kind of favored if they don't win this next turn. I think there's a good chance we can find what we need. So we're just going to promote the Jirachi. Twin Energy. Okay, that's good. So we will get that down preemptively here. Question is, do we attempt to go for Marnie off of this Dreamy Revelation? Like, there is even a world where maybe we go for a boss off of this as well. Like, we could just scoop up, or not scoop up net, but we could research, but I think boss or Marnie both feel better here than what the alternative would be. Yeah, so let's see if we can go for it. Unfortunately, we do not get what we need, but we do have Bruno. I'm kind of fine with Bruno, to be honest. I don't really mind that. Like, instead of playing research, at least. Yeah, between their Jirachi, between their Oricorio, their draw for turn, it seems kind of unlikely we're going to win this one. I think we're going to have to get a little bit lucky, guys. Alrighty, so from there, we will just retreat. And just go for the KO, and hopefully from there, well, I think I'm actually going to Ornate Rod as well in case of a reset stamp. Like, if they don't just win and they stamp us, we can at least go Salazzle. But we also, yeah, I'll just go for the one Salazzle. I'm cool with that. And maybe even the Oricorio. Because that's another card I wouldn't mind hitting off of, like a stamp to 1 or something. So we'll just do these. Then from there, we will just go for the Derisive Roasting, take the KO. But again, we just kind of lose to attach boss at this point. Scoop up net. So this one Reshizard that we never were able to take out in that one turn could come back to bite us if we whiff what we need. So, I mean, they probably just Giant Hearth, thin some energy out of deck. Then from there, go for Dance of Tribute, try to hit their scoop up net. You know, play down their Mewtwo Mew to get boss on top of deck, then Stellar Wish for it and switch. That's the dream for them right now. Okay, there is the Dance of Tribute, as I said. But again, if they don't have the game this turn, we have it in hand. We have the boss. We can chase down Reshizard, take it out. Okay, there's the scoop up net. Now, they need to be able to switch. They need 2 scoop up nets or a scoop up net and a switch because they need to pick this up for boss. Okay, there's Cramorant. So they don't have the game. They could be thinking about just taking out Bellsprout, which could work out for them. But we just need a Yell Horn, and we can deal with this Reshizard. And we do have 2 Yell Horns in deck because we hit one off the prizes, and we had another that we put back into our deck as well. So there's Oh no, they have the Telescopic Sight. Oh man. I felt pretty good about that turn too. All right, so what are you gonna do about Telescopic Sight? Feels bad. Alright guys, and with that, that's going to wrap up our look here at the Salazzle Weepinbell deck. I have to say I've been having a lot of fun with this thing. As you can see, it is a little bit combo reliant, but when you can get it to work, it does feel really nice. And Level Ball is just such a sick inclusion that we're fortunate enough to be able to play thanks to battle styles with this deck as well. But that's going to be it today, guys. Hope you did enjoy today's content. Of course, if you did, smack that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. That way you'll be notified when my next Battle Styles video drops. And if you want to take your support to the next level, you can check us out at patreon.com/rarecandytcg, or you can pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. It would mean a lot. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.